Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and prospective Connaught students. My name is Ivani Higgins, and I'd like to welcome you to our open evening at Connaught School for Girls. It's a very unusual evening tonight, and sadly, we're not physically able to invite you to come and look at our lovely school. But I hope that you're going to take your time and have a look at the Padlet, have a look at the things that staff and students have put on there, and really get a sense of what we're about. And if you'd like to, tonight from 7 to 8:30, our SLT will be live online, and you can ask any questions that you might have. And then hopefully in spring, once we're through the worst of the pandemic, we'll be able to open our doors and invite you to come and have a look around. So although you can't visit in person, I thought I would take the opportunity to give you a flavour of what our school is like. When I first came here last year, I remember walking through the door and having a really lovely warm feeling as I came in. There was a real sense of warmth and community, almost in the very fabric of the building. Every girl or every staff member I met extended a warm welcome, and I came to realise that actually, because we're a small school, all the staff and students know one another, and this helps this atmosphere that pervades the school. I know that we care about one another, and that's what comes through. Every child is known, every child is nurtured, you can actually feel it. So if you look at our virtual tour and some of the images that we've got about the school, you will be able to see exactly what I mean. So I started at the school, as I said, a year ago, and I thought it might be useful for you to know a little bit about my leadership background. Previous to this school, I was deputy head teacher at Little Ilford School in Newham, which is a great school. It's an outstanding school. And I'm proud to say that during my time there as deputy head in charge of standards, assessment and the curriculum, the school's progress figures went from strength to strength, placing it in the top 5% of all schools nationally for progress. And I'm really proud of that. You'll have no doubt heard about the fantastic results and progress that we have here at Connaught year on year. So you'll see that I'm leading and developing and shaping Connaught School using the same underlying principles and expertise in helping to continue our journey and take Connaught from strength to strength. Our school motto here is "Seize the Day." And underlying that are values, which are that we care, we aim high, we learn and we achieve together to make the girls the best version of themselves. And there's a real strong focus here on achievement and excellence, but also an underlying ethos that through teamwork and working hard and working together, we can together achieve much, much more, whether that's teachers working with teachers, or parents and staff working together, or actually students helping and supporting one another. I believe that schools should be a happy place, a vibrant place, and actually also a forward-thinking environment where all of our students are nurtured and encouraged and supported to achieve the higher standards as they develop into young women. I'm also passionate about education because it has the power to change lives. For me, it's really crucial to know the child and also their parents, and really that a school should develop every aspect of a child, tapping into their interests and enabling their talents to really blossom. So academic achievement and personal development, I believe, should go hand in hand. And so the academic offer, which includes extracurricular provision, should be second to none. And I can absolutely guarantee that it is here at Connaught. Because we believe in supporting each individual during their transition into year 7. Now, usually this would happen by us visiting lots of primary schools in the summer term and getting to know the children there and helping them to settle in. And we're hoping that once we're through the pandemic, that's exactly what we'll do. Our pastoral team and our tutors work very hard looking at the children's academic progress and also their well-being, because we want everybody not just to work hard but to also enjoy what they do in every aspect of their time with us at Connaught. But we know also that having parents alongside us is a vital part of this. So we take our time and we take care to develop our partnership with you from the outset. So early in the autumn term, we have an evening called Time for Us, where we invite you in to look at the learning and the teaching and look at how your child will study. Soon after that, we have something called Meet the Tutor Evening, where you come along and just find out how your daughter is settling into school and clear up any anxieties, or just to talk through any issues that you might have. And then later on in the academic year, we have a Parents' Evening, where you come and find out how your daughter is actually getting on in school. So, in between those times, there are regular newsletters, and I send out updates, especially during this pandemic, because I really believe, I'm a mum myself, knowing how your child is doing and knowing how the school is keeping your child safe is absolutely paramount. So that will happen, constantly. At Connell, as I said, we believe in aiming high, raising aspirations and achieving excellence. Now, hopefully, that our track record academically is excellent. At Ofsted in October 2019 confirmed that our school is still good, and they praised the strong, broad, balanced curriculum that we have, noting that we support all abilities to reach their potential. But let's just dig into the grades for a moment. I'm going to talk about the 2019 grades, because those were the last grades that were where any child in England actually sat an exam. So our progress score is plus 0.72. So that means we add over half a grade more than other similar schools when they leave us. If we compare that nationally, the figure is minus 0.2, and in Malvern Forest it's plus 0.2. So you can see that these grades show that we are, in terms of progress, very high achieving. We're actually the second best performing school in Malvern Forest in terms of progress, or if you want to put it another way, we're the best performing non-denominational girls' school in Malvern Forest. In Key Stage 4, from Year 10, our students study EBAC. 90% of our students study EBAC, which is a combination of subjects including English, maths, 2 sciences, 1 humanity and a language. And it's commonly acknowledged that this combination of subjects gives them a really good foundation to have a choice at A level, but also a firm foundation as well. Some more figures. 53% of our students last year achieved a good pass in these EBAC subjects, compared to only 24% nationally, or 25% in Malvern Forest. 85% of our girls achieved a good pass in English and maths, compared to 64% nationally, or 63% in Malvern Forest. And 55% of our girls achieved a strong pass, that's a 5+, whereas both nationally and in Malvern Forest this figure was only 43%. So you can see from that we actually have a very strong academic track record. But really for me, it's not just about academia, because I believe that actually a holistic education, looking after the whole child, is equally important as academia. And I say this because I know firsthand the difference a good education can make to a child's life chances. A little bit about me. I'm an Asian refugee. My family was expelled from Uganda in 1972, and when we arrived here, my family settled here, stripped of our wealth. So I grew up in poverty in East London. And from the very beginning, my parents taught me that education was absolutely paramount, because they knew as an Indian girl growing up in East London, I would need actually to be really confident and self-sufficient, and they wanted me to make sure that I would never have to rely on anybody in life to get on. They told me that to be taken seriously, education, intellect and confidence are the key to a bright future. And because of this firm foundation that they and education offered me, I entered into the teaching profession, not because of the summer holidays, but because actually it was my calling. It was my vocation to give back to the community that helped me. I really wanted to make a difference. Now, this might sound like a glib statement, but it is nonetheless true, because I'm a firm believer that a good education can make the difference, because I'm a product of it. So, it's my vocation in life to give to other young women the same opportunities that I was lucky enough to have. Now, at a time when we are still battling for equality and diversity, I want to be a good role model, because I know that it's hard for our young women to get ahead in life. And I believe that you can't be what you can't see. And so simply by being here and championing girls' education, I want to raise aspiration and encourage our girls to be 10% braver, to aim higher than they are now. And what I'm saying to them is, if I can do it, they can do it. Now, Connaught has made huge strides in championing girls' education throughout its history. And you only really need to look at our alumni on the Padlet to know this. You'll see some of the people that have been pupils here and the great heights that they have achieved. But, you know, we're not complacent, and we strive by constantly reflecting on what else we can do to help our girls aspire to be the best. Now, these questions and the girls are at the very centre of every decision that we make here at Connaught. And it's the strong relationships that I'm talking about that ensures that when they leave us, they grow into robust adults that are fit to live and work in the 21st century post-COVID world. Because alongside grades, we build resilience, we build confidence, and we build a really strong sense of community to make sure that we've provided a really seamless education when they leave to go on to the next stage of their journey. So you'll see from what I've said that we really care. Our strong pastoral systems make sure that every child is known and that there is a trusted adult. So if things become difficult or a little bit too much, they've got somebody to talk to. Certainly the pandemic has brought mental health to the very forefront of what we do. In most schools, you just have one designated safeguarding lead, but at Connaught we actually have a team who work very closely together to make sure that any child who is experiencing difficulty is looked after. And to complement this, we also have a mentoring programme for children who need that one-to-one support, and it's been working here very well and has very, very positive feedback. In fact, in our last inspection last year, Ofsted wrote, "Pupils tell us that one of the best things about coming to this school is that the staff are always there to help them if they have any worries." They said that they feel safe. So, you know, that's testament from the girls themselves to what we're about. We don't take this lightly. Since I came here, we've worked together as a school to build the physical safeguarding of the buildings to make sure that we are really safe. We undertake stringent risk assessments, not just in pandemic times, but other times as well. And these are regularly reviewed. We have enhanced cleaning. We have regular communications between the whole school community to make sure that we absolutely understand what needs to happen to keep everybody safe. For me, this is paramount. The underlying principle is that your daughter's education is a joint venture between all of the school staff, the teachers, the support staff, and then yourselves as well. This year, we have just finished a refurbishment of our annex building, so now we've got state-of-the-art science and PE facilities, and we're continually looking at ways to enhance our physical environment, and this will continue to make sure that we've got a great stimulating environment for the girls to work. So you'll see from everything that I've said that I am really proud to be head teacher here, and I'm really fortunate to work with a brilliant, dedicated team of professionals. My colleagues work really hard, but we also have fabulous students who work together to build this community. I hope from what I've said and looking around the Padlet that you have a greater understanding now of what our school has to offer your child. You'll see that we're a vibrant school and one in which your daughter can be both happy and successful. So I want to thank you for taking the time for visiting us this evening, and I really hope that we get to meet again in the near future. Thank you very much.